Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and the number one comment that I've been seeing in every single video from, I want to say, the first episode is, guys, can we change things here? This season feels a little weird. Can we change it? We want to do this, we'll do that. And during our live streams, we had a couple of people ask me, Joey, what would you change about this season of The Masked Singer for, well, season 9 that's coming up on February 15th. And so I figured, let me actually think about this, because I really enjoyed this season, and so I want to give you kind of like my mindset of what should be changed for season 9 of The Masked Singer. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to bring up is the format for this season. The Masked Singer producers do everything in their power to change things up so that people don't get bored. We're in season 8 going into season 9. If they had kept the same exact format from season 1 through here, I'm pretty sure the viewership would be down all the way because people would be bored. They would catch on to the same thing over and over again and be able to reveal people even faster. And so I know a lot of you guys want to go back to older formats, and I have to say that out of all the formats, I love season 1. Season 1 was so much fun, but I think this season they got it right. And I know a lot of you guys are going to rip me in the comment section because I read the articles online. I have seen what people have said about how much they hate this format. You don't have enough time to really establish with a character. There's not enough clues to them to figure out these people before they're revealed. They do this way too quickly, or so on and so forth. And you see, I guess maybe it's my mindset of like, I love being on my toes to only have 45 minutes to figure out who's under the mask of these new characters. Now, I do have to admit that at the beginning of the season, it really wasn't explained well on how it was going to work. I mean, ultimately, we found out that there were 3 groups, A, B, and C. They never really called them that. And every 3 weeks was another group, and within those groups, there were competitions going on. Which was very different than before, which was, the fuzzy, cuddly, and so on and so forth. And, in a way, it was like season 8, but it really wasn't like season 8. Obviously, we had way more characters than anyone ever could have imagined. And that's another thing I want to change. I loved having these many people up here. I mean, we had William Shatner. We had so many famous people on this season of the show because I think so many celebrities love this show and they want to do it. And so Fox is like, we have to increase it a little bit. With that being said, I think, and this is the biggest thing that I had an issue with this season, was it was great having all these people, but the way that they did the scheduling really messed things up. Part of it's really Fox's fault, but it's also not Fox's fault. During this season, Red Hot October, aka MLB's World Series and playoffs, really cut into The Masked Singer. And whenever there's a rain delay or something happens, The Masked Singer always gets pushed because really baseball is their moneymaker. And I understand it, but twice we had instances where we went live for our live streams, we had no idea if there was going to be a show, and it was pushed for another date. So Fox needs to come up with something so that we can get an episode in once a week without having to have what happened this past season, where you had weeks where there were no episodes. You had one on a random Sunday. You had some of them back to back, like a Thanksgiving Day episode. The first 4 weeks of the show, it felt so evenly paced out. You kind of breathe between each episode, gives you time to really solidify your guesses. The last 6 episodes took place like within 5 weeks of each other. It was really rough and felt really, really rushed. And I definitely feel like maybe one suggestion to Fox is don't film specific episodes for holidays, except for Christmas. Because, and I see what the issue was, because they filmed that I would say just holiday-specific Thanksgiving video, they couldn't move that date. That was a hard, it's gotta go here. So that meant they couldn't space out the episodes that took place in between that got pushed. If this wasn't a Thanksgiving Day one, they could have pushed the entire weeks back all the way to at least December 14th. But because that one had to air then, and these ones had to air before this one, Well, then they had to shove it into, well, one Wednesday, one Thursday, one Sunday. So my suggestion for Fox is, hey, next year, or because really there's no holidays besides really Thanksgiving, St. Patty's Day, you know what I mean? Why don't you go ahead and at least for the fall, when season 10, which hasn't been confirmed yet, and when that happens, put that in mind. That way you don't have this issue ever again. Now, going into the actual show itself, let's talk about judges and things like that. I still would not change any judges, though. Please tell Ken, stop it with daddy stuff. I think it was funny in the beginning. I think we're kind of over it right now. It's kind of getting a little creepy. And I almost, in a way, feel like Ken's insulting Nick. Because I feel like it's a joke on Nick having so many babies. He's at, what, 13 now or something like that? Which actually, I think it is 13. Whatever it is. I think that definitely needs to go. But there is something that needs to come back. I really missed the first impression guesses. I think that was such a clever little thing to see, like, who was really on point and who really knocked it out of the park. And yes, that would bring up the question, do you bring back the golden ear trophy? And I say no. I mean, Jenny has won it now 3 times. I don't see any other reason to say, hey, bring it back. Does she really need a 4th? That's my question. Does she really need a 4th? I don't think so. And so I would say yes to the first impressions and no to, let's just say, any kind of trophy in that case, and for the golden ear. But ultimately, those are like the biggest changes I think that were needed for this season. A lot of you guys said that the clue packages were too easy, but they had to be. In order to guess someone within 45 minutes, you had to make clue packages, which were going to be something where someone like me can go, oh my gosh, I know this, or I know that. Now, I think that the format for this season probably won't change as much for next year. Maybe they'll do official groups. I don't really know. Honestly, it's kind of up in the air right now. The only thing I can tell you is this. The Masked Singer Season 9 will probably start filming, the first week of January? If you guys have any suggestions for the show, let them know. Send them a message online. They actually read their stuff. And if you want a certain someone on Season 9, maybe send them a message and be like, hey, they should probably let Joey on this show and help out. Now, though I would love to be on the show, Fox, I'm available. Just fly me out. But anyway, I want to know in the comments section, what is something that you want to see changed for Season 9? Could it be different costumes? Are there actually any costumes in particular that you want? Do you want a different format? Do you want a different performance? Do you want to see Nicole sing more? Because to be honest with you, you guys love it when Nicole sings. Do you want to see Ken sing more? I don't want to hear Ken sing anymore. No. Ken cannot sing. But anyway, I want to go ahead and thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey, and I'll see you later. Bye.